What it do? Okay, I think we are live. That sounded so zesty. I can't see myself though. What the fuck? Check. Check. Wait, why can't I see chat though? What the fuck? It says something went wrong. That's weird. Oh shit, wrong thumbnail too. I almost said a slur. I swear I just said it. Well, in my head. We are live. Wrong thumbnail though. I'm a moron. I know this is a late stream. I don't expect too many boys here, but hey man, maybe. There you go. I just changed the thumbnail. File is bigger than 2 megabytes. What? I've never had that issue in my life. What the fuck? Do I have too much storage on my? Am I losing my mind? What? Holy shit, we got some technical difficulties. Oh my gosh. Okay, fuck. What do you file is bigger than 2 megabytes? What does that even mean? Do I have too much storage? Let's see. What? Oh, I have too much storage, I think. Fuck. Okay. I guess I'll do this while I'm live, right? I hope it doesn't crash my stream. I don't even know what video. What even video is this? Anyways, I don't think we're gonna get much people here. But what's up? If there's anyone here, I can't see my chat right now. I'm deleting the. My voice just went shaky there. I gotta delete a few things. Hold on. But yeah, just we're gonna go live and just yap a bit. I don't even. What video is this? No way my freaking UFC Australia predictions was that long. Scrap this. I don't know what this is. What the fuck is? What are half of these videos? This was the Christmas one. I swear I deleted that. I guess I'm just a little bit. Recycle bin. Okay, let's see. Like, how is it even humanly possible that it claims I have like this ridiculous amount of storage? Or lack thereof, I should say. Alright, now let me try changing the thumbnail. Like, I don't even understand. Yeah, but let's okay, and then after this I'm gonna get into some topics. How file is bigger than 2 megabytes? What does that even mean? I'm actually getting pissed now. File is bigger than 2 megabytes. What? It's literally an image with words. It's the easiest thumbnail I've ever made. Holy shit, you can't even make this shit up, bro. Like, what are we talking about? What the fuck, dude? Like, are you actually serious? So now I'm stuck with this shitty Diego Lopez Volkanovski thumbnail. This is actually so embarrassing, and I'm sweating my ass off now. I wasn't sweating before I went live, though. That's funny. I'm actually pissed off. I'm killing myself tonight. It's the last time you guys are seeing me. What the fuck, dude? Let me try this again. Save as. But anyways, I don't even know what to do. I can't even see my chat either. The file is bigger than 2 megabytes. Like, go fuck yourself. This is actually a disaster for stream. I'm just gonna cancel this. Nobody's even here anyways, which is sad. Anyways, no, that's kind of fucked up. What? Holy shit. Why can't I change my thumbnail? It just says file is bigger than 2 megabytes. I'm so confused, bro. Am I losing my mind? What the fuck, bro? File is bigger than 2 megabytes. Dude, I'm about to just end this stream. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of a disaster. Like, what? But that one does? That one works? Are you serious? Oh my gosh, dude. What the fuck, man? Okay, you know what? Let me just get an image of Ilia Topuria. Would this be better? A fucking just a shitty image of Ilia Topuria? Fucking hell. So if you're watching this back or whatever, if there's any humans watching this right now, the dilemma I'm having is I'm trying to change the thumbnail to this stream, and it's saying the thumbnail, which by the way is literally just a picture of Ilia with the words "We won" next to him. You know, because the title is Ilia Topuria beat the case, right? Which hopefully Georgiana doesn't sue me, but it's saying the file is bigger than 2 megabytes. Mind you, it's like literally the most simple thumbnail I've ever made. Anyways, who cares? Change. Kill me now. Okay, there. Alright, there you go. I guess that's the thumbnail. Just a picture of Ilia. Alright. Well, that's weird. Okay. I spent how many minutes doing that? Alright, let's actually get into the stream. So, first thing I want to talk about. Where is Ilia Topuria? Where are you, bud? Dude, I'm sick of like this narrative. Okay, it's changed. Yep. So I'm sick of, I'm like sick of this narrative that Ilia's like ducking Armin. It's like the most, I just don't even like understand how it like logically makes sense in some people's minds. Let me see. He said, Ilia Topuria said the champ is back. No. I want to see settlement agreement. Did no one send a message yet, or can I just not see them? I honestly don't know. I can't, because I can't see my chat on my screen, but I have it on my phone. So maybe there's something wrong with YouTube right now. I don't know. My voice just cracked. Oh my god, that was a bad. Like on my computer, it just says something went wrong, where it should usually just say the chat. It just says something went wrong, but I could see it on my phone. I mean, I saw your message, obviously, but what's up, Ilia Glazer? Speaking of Ilia, we're about to talk about Ilia right now. I'm just trying to find a tweet where he settlement case. I don't even know what you would like search up. It's Twitter search is dog shit, bro. Like you have to literally search up word for word the most like specific thing ever to find just a basic tweet. Like I found it finally. Okay. Oh, let me close this. I almost leaked my emails. Okay. Okay. Breaking news. Ilia Topuria and his ex-wife. It looks like he's coming back a lot sooner than I think a lot of us thought, which is interesting. I think a lot of us thought that Ilia would come back maybe. Let me just, since I don't really have a chat, let me just put it up here for the one of you that's here. Yeah, it looks like Ilia's coming back a lot sooner. Also, by the way, If you're watching this, please subscribe because we are one sub away from 6K. Damn, 6K subscribers and there's nobody here. What the fuck? Okay, I'm being a doomer. Let me show. Um, no, but we are one sub away. Literally one sub away from 6K. Now, yeah, this Ilia Topuria thing, this ended a lot quicker than I think most of us thought. I think a lot of us, or including myself, thought it would go on till the summer. I know there's another tweet about it. Justin Gaethje believes he can knock out Ilia Topuria, which is really funny and just really stupid because he's not gonna knock out Ilia Topuria. But I just don't even understand. Like, I get it. He's talking trash. He's a fighter. Of course, he's gonna say he's gonna knock him out. But like, the idea of Justin Gaethje being the guy to beat Ilia is pretty funny. To be fair, most people don't care that much about the Ilia stuff compared to Fight Campaign. Nah, yeah, I'm just trolling. But I am just trolling. Yeah, the Ilia stuff is I mean, as an Ilia fan, I know you're an Ilia fan, Glazer. I'm pretty happy for him. I know it's a bit awkward right now because it's just a one-on-one, but yeah, I'm really happy for him. I mean, I thought it was gonna go on a lot longer. Um, so I'm glad that he's back. I'm excited for this card. I'll be live tomorrow for this. I think there's gonna be a lot of you guys here, hopefully. Vinicius Oliveira. I'm gonna be streaming this tomorrow. Um, I'm really excited for this, to be honest with you. On paper, it's not even a horrible matchup, but Justin isn't beating him. Yeah, it's honestly like my prediction. I don't mean to be harsh, but my prediction is like a really. I don't want to be so harsh, but man, I could just see it being like a really first minute, first 2 minutes within that time frame type of knockout, dude. I don't know. I don't know. Justin Gaethje says he'll headline the White House. I see that. Uh, I see that happening. Okay. Also, I saw this. There's a 90% chance Ilia. So it looks like Ilia Glazer, Gaethje versus Ilia, probably at the White House. It's looking very likely, which is exciting. Yeah, honestly, I can't believe he made her give up. I think it just wasn't looking good, right? Because I think they went into court that first time, and you saw, I don't know if you saw the picture or the video of him coming out smiling. I think he must have, like, they must have really sided with him pretty easily. And she probably was like, I'm not going to draw this out if it's already looking this bad. That's what I think. So she decided, let me not waste my money and time. Let me just settle now or come to an agreement now, is what I think. Because she could have dragged it out, most likely, but it would have just cost her so much money and time that I think, which, looking at it, it probably was just a money play. Armin Sarukian via IG. He had that cheesy grin. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think, honestly, like, yeah, he probably, they probably ruled in his favor. Also, apparently as well, he's gonna continue to train from his freaking Batcave mansion, his freaking Wayne Manor freaking mansion, which is awesome. Because I know he was getting clowned by like Armin fans, like, what's the matter? You can't afford your house or nothing, and Ilia lost his wife and his home. That's what all the Armin fans or Islam fans were saying. But obviously, he's gonna apparently keep his home, which is kind of, I don't know how people, like, I don't know how they know all this information about him, like he's keeping his home and this and that, and it's a little bit like I don't know, it's kind of interesting how like we have so much information on him. Horiguchi's fighting this Saturday. Yes, we aren't broke. Yes, we don't need Georgiana. What else? John Jones's arthritis, I spoke about that in my last video. Usman Nurmagomedov says Patty versus Gaethje look like two drunk guys fighting. That's super ironic, bro. His last fight literally was low level. Gene Silva says he's no longer friends with Mauricio Rufy. I'm just literally scrolling here. I'm not gonna be the one to expose anything. Probably by sleazy Spanish report. Yeah, I was thinking maybe he's. Yeah, honestly, you're right. Because he's so big in Spain that they probably just like put out these little reports. Like maybe he's talking to them though. I don't know. Maybe he's giving them information. Because there's so much like, oh, You know, there's so much news coming out like, oh, he's fighting Gaethje in June. Oh, he's not losing his house. Or there's so much like information about Ilia. I feel like it's kind of funny. Hell no, this is gonna get me freaking clipped. Ian Gary reposted a video claiming he destroyed Shafkat's career, and then people say, "Why don't you like Ian Gary, man?" Nah, I fuck with Ian Gary's fighting, but the UFC lightweight rankings have been updated. Benoit Saint-Denis moves up 3 spots to number 5, and Rufi moves up. Shafkat has been removed from the UFC welterweight rankings. I spoke about that. That's sad. Wasn't Gene saved from suicide by Rufi? Is that true? I didn't even know that. Wow. Yeah, well, it's kind of crazy. I'm not going to be the one to expose anything. Gene Rufi doesn't exist anymore. It's only in my head. Let me turn on my audio, like my desktop audio. One sec. Let's see. I haven't seen this video, to be honest. I've only read the headline.
Chegou a hora da pergunta de US$ 1 milhão. Por que Jean Silva parou de seguir Maurício
Why
Huck
did
no
Gene still
Instagram?
Cara, eu
unfollow
acho que não
Rufi?
tem muito o que explicar, né? Acho que o Ruff lá e eu cá são assuntos internos. Também não vai ser eu que
What's
vou
up, Z-Man? What's up, brother? All these tards saying he's ducking Armin and just terrified Ilia sleeping Islam. Ooh, speaking of Islam, I think I skipped over this. Wait. Damn, I just literally left the Roofy video, but it's okay. ADHD MMA, right? I think there's actually a channel. Ooh, actually, I skipped over 2 big things, low key. First of all, actually, we'll talk about the Islam thing first. Speaking of Islam, Islam Makhachev's manager Rizvan Kuniev says they'd like Usman to be his next opponent. Hey man, Islam Makhachev, dude, he's scared of us, man. No, honestly, I mean this is not surprising. I've been calling out Islam for a few months now. I know, who am I? I'm a nobody to Islam Makhachev, but you know I've been doing my part. At the end of the day, Islam Makhachev does want to face Kamaru Usman. His manager wants it. Ali Abdelaziz really wants it. The UFC seemingly wants it. It's I don't know. It's weird because like he really wanted to fight Justin Gaethje as well, you know, which he just kind of has this pattern of like going for like the oldest guy in his division. I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm not no, I'm kind of joking. Obviously, I don't think Islam is scared of anybody. I don't personally think so, but I do think it's just he kind of does pick a lot of convenient fights for him, you know. Fight short notice Grandma Monica and now wants Usman. Yeah, 1 win in 5 years. He's been like really pushing for this fight. Like this isn't just his manager. Like I did a video on it. I think I did a few videos on it actually. And or at least I spoke about it in a few videos. Like he specifically said he wants to fight Kamaru Usman because it's good for his legacy. It'd be the biggest challenge, which is just not true. I don't think Usman would be his biggest challenge. Now, I could be wrong, and Usman could maybe fluke it. I don't know, but I really doubt it. Honestly, I'm not. Honestly, I'm so not ready to call Islam the GOAT when he retires. It's tough, right? Because I think a lot of people are already calling him the GOAT. I don't necessarily give him that moniker yet because I do think there's a lot of asterisks to his career. Not his fault per se. I just spit. It's not his fault, but like when you have like a Moicano fight, which is one of your title defenses, Moicano literally loses to like everyone in the top 15 except well, he beat Benoit. I think Benoit would beat Moicano if they rematched though, to be honest with you. But yeah, like Moicano loses to like everyone in the top 15 and that's one of Islam's wins. Again, not his fault, but you know, shit happens. And then it's like the Volkanovski fight, the rematch where he head kick KO'd an old man. Not an old man. I'm tired. I'm sorry. Not an old man. Well, Volk was a bit older, but what am I saying? Off the couch. There you go. Off the couch. Yeah, Volk was a bit older though. Cut Gary would be a much tougher fight. I completely agree. I think it's kind of insane that Ian Gary's not getting the title shot. Like, I'm not an Ian Gary fan, but the fact of the matter is he beat Bilal Muhammad and he beat Carlos Prates. and you can't give it to Pratzis because Ian beat him last year. So it's either Morales or it's either Ian Gary. You got to pick one. And I'm leaning Ian Gary personally. And I'd be interested in the build-up. Actually, no, the build-up would be so shit. Ian Gary, the build-up would just be Ian Gary glazing Islam, right? What's up, Coffin? How could Islam be the GOAT without ever fighting let me back up my mic, sorry. How can Islam be the GOAT without ever fighting a 155 contender? It is interesting, right? Like, one of his best wins, Charles Oliveira, 145, former featherweight. Poirier, former featherweight. Volk, former featherweight. Well, current featherweight. What am I saying? Ilia, even if you would have fought him, former featherweight. It's not really like, it's just, it sucks, but I think he beats everyone at welterweight. Who, Islam or Ian Gary? Islam, I think Islam, if you're saying Islam, I think Islam Makhachev would probably. It's tough, actually. Ah, that's tough. I think his hard. What do you guys think Islam's? Okay, this is a good question. What's Islam Makhachev's hardest fight at welterweight right now? I kind of want to say. Fuck, I don't know. Low key. I'm torn between, you know how crazy the sport moves, because I would have told you like Sean Brady if he didn't get slept by Morales. I would have been like, oh, like Sean Brady, and like, but now Sean Brady's just like, I look at him as nothing. I just look at him like a bum, right? I would probably say Morales. I think the physicality, the one shot KO power. I don't I don't think he has the KO power of Protest though, Morales. But I think he has that, like, he's just so imposing. Like, I don't mean to glaze, but he's so imposing in there. The guy literally walks around at light heavyweight. Like, it's insane how he makes weight healthily at all. Uh Gary earned it, I agree. Short notice Volk, short notice Moicano and half retired Poirier. Yeah, it's just like, and again, not necessarily his fault, but it's just, it's how the cookie crumbles. I get that, but it's just, what do you want us to do? Like, it's not our fault that those fights happen. It's not his fault either, but we also can't glaze him to the moon and back. But at the same time, until we see someone beat him, well, here's the thing. I was gonna say, until we see someone beat him, then we have to respect him, and of course I respect him either way. But then when you're calling for fights like this, because you know what I could see? I could see him beating Kamaru Usman and then just retiring. That's what I think. Islam Makhachev seems like the type of guy he'd beat Kamaru Usman. Did I say Islam Makhachev beats What am I saying? I'm tired. I could see him beating Kamaru Usman and then just calling it quits. I could see it, bro. Like, brother, I've done everything in the sport. Or I could see Habib telling him to retire. Like, you know how this shit goes. Good wins, but he hasn't cleared out the division at all. Yeah, right? Because he's missing that Armin win. He's missing the Ilia fight. Holloway, Patty, he didn't even fight Gaethje, which is crazy because he really wanted that Gaethje fight, huh? Gary's a tough fight, but he did well against Bilal. He did. He did do good against Bilal. And Bilal is different than Islam, right? Because Bilal's not going to go forward and, Islam's not just going to go forward. Whereas Bilal, he kind of just goes forward and just kind of like just tries to bully you a little bit. And he has a great chin, but I just don't see the type of fight for Islam right now after the last one. I know. I just don't see the hype for Islam fights now after the last one. I actually really agree with you, man. I really agree with you. I'm just not really. It's still Islam Makhachev. He still is a massive name. My voice just went super weird there. He still is a massive name. He still brings a lot of attention to the sport. And, he's a star. And he's one of the GOATs of our generation. But it is tough for me to sit here and say, I can't wait for Islam versus Usman or Islam versus Ian Gary tonight. It's tough for me to say that as a fan of combat sports. Same with Hamza. It's tough for me to say, oh, I can't wait for Hamza Mavov. Like, really? Oh, I can't wait for Hamzat versus who? Fluffy would be cool, but like I want to see him get through Strickland first, and then obviously we're gonna talk. But what's up, Alexander? What's up, my guy? Want Ilia to sleep Islam, then move back down to 150. Want Ilia to sleep Islam, then move back down to 155, and Pratis gets a welterweight belt. That'd be so fire. Pratis is freaking awesome. One of my favorite fighters right now. I don't blame him, but damn, he did kill the hype. Yeah, it's kind of crazy because Islam Makhachev is a guy you just, to be fair, like I'll give him credit. Like he was consistently, he consistently had fun fights. He consistently had good fights. The Poirier fight, the Oliveira fight was good while it lasted. Pause. The first Volk fight, the second Volk fight. These are really good fights. But then it's just like, then you have one of the worst fights I've ever seen against JDM. Whether it was his fault or JDM's fault or whoever you want to blame, it doesn't matter. It was still a bad fight, Hard to get hype for fucking Usman and title. Yeah, bro. I just don't rate Kamaru Usman. And you know what sucks is like, you know why this also upsets me, that the potential of this fight happening is just like, the fact of the matter is Kamaru Usman has been just sitting out for so long. Just sitting out, bro. Like he's just been sitting out and just hoping and praying for a title shot. I don't like that he's probably going to get it, because it sets such a bad precedent. Why doesn't everybody then, anyone who's a decent contender, excuse me, just sit out and wait. Just sit out, because you're going to get a title shot, right? Just sit out. If you have a good manager like Ali and you have one win, if you're coming off at least one win, just sit out and wait, and you're gonna get your title shot. Diego Lopez, Yair almost got a title shot. What are we talking about, bro? This new era of the UFC is odd. And I know the UFC have done weird shit in the past too with like matchmaking, but it feels like it's more consistent, bro. Brother, I think he'd go for one more fight after Usman. Yeah, I could see that maybe. I really think he'd have to me, because there's just too many contenders. I think he'd have to have three more. Maybe not three, but at least one or two. He likes the Usman and Justin fights because Ali gets paid twice. Yeah, Ali loves those, bro. It's really Ali that's pulling the strings, which is so weird because like Ali is not. It's strange to me because Ali Abdelaziz is legitimately, allegedly, of course, a terrorist snitch. So it's just like the fact that he has this much pull is crazy. Speaking of pull, we got a few boys here, which is good. Bro, it was just, you guys just it was just me and freaking Ilia Glazer here for like 15, 20 minutes at the beginning. So I'm glad some people have come in. It's nice. Shout out to you boys. I was going to stream last night. I may or may not have fallen asleep. I was also listening to that new J. Cole album, and it probably helped me fall asleep. Hey, I like J. Cole, man, but that shit, that shit is just. I know that's not MMA, but fuck. He likes the Usman Hamzat. Hamzat has absolutely zero hype. Oh man, dude, Hamzat Chimaev legitimately has become one of the worst champions in combat sports history. Okay, I'm over exaggerating. Brother, the fact of the matter is with Hamzat, why do I keep saying the fact of the matter in this stream? I feel like I've been saying it a lot. Hamzat Chimaev went from like, it's Hamzat, he's this monster, blah, blah, blah. And the DDP fight had so much hype as well. I think people like, you guys obviously remember how much hype the DDP fight had. For that to be such a stinker, mainly due to Hamzat, but you could say due to DDP as well. And then after that, he's injured apparently. He's apparently injured. He's not injured. I highly doubt he's injured. Or it's a minor injury. Right? I said minor. Evloev is going to come in the room. He's apparently injured, but he's calling out Alex Pereira every single day. It's like, bro, Islam is the most exciting of all the daggies currently outside of maybe the Pirate. Agreed, 100%. And I would say he's the most exciting of all time. I consistently he was better than Habib. Habib has no KOs or anything like that, so I agree with that. Islam is the most fun daggy, but Usman is a waste. Is a waste since Islam fights once a year. That's another good point, bro. The lack of consistency from Islam kind of pisses me off. What the fuck? Justin just sat out whining and got one. It's crazy, bro. Gaethje was just sitting and crying and bitching and moaning, and he got it. I remember doing a video. This is old Cam BXG. This is freaking early last year, right? I think it was this time last year. I was doing a video crapping on Justin Gaethje. I'm pretty sure it was that long ago, right? Or it might have been like 9 months ago, 8 months ago. I'm like, dude, fuck Justin Gaethje. Maybe it wasn't a year ago. It was probably like 6 months ago. And I was I was doing so many videos on Gaethje, I remember. Because I was so pissed about the situation. And now look, he actually got what he wanted, kind of. Sorry. He talked about how it was fair about Shavkat losing his rank for sitting out that long on his podcast. Was so ironic. I know, right? I do think it's fair Shavkat losing his rankings, but everyone should lose their rankings. It should, Shavkat should lose his rankings. Honestly, Armin Loki. I'm just saying, Armin for as long as he was out before the Dan Hooker fight. I'm saying obviously. But the back injury, whatever. Lamau, we beat the case. What's up, Steele? So is Ari's dad there? Must be a connection. I'll look into it. So was Ari's dad there? Must be a connection. Yeah, I can't look into that. My house is gonna get my pager's gonna get nuked. We can't have Gaethje get sent to the shadow room on the White House lawn. UFC has to be smart. I think it should happen, man. I don't know what other main event there is, bro. What's up, Gavin? What's up, my guy? What's up, brother? Thank you for stopping by. I think it has to be the main event. I don't know. I just don't know what other main event you could do, right? Because it's like, I don't know. What would be, I don't know. I don't know. What would be the, I think they're going to bump that Kayla Harrison Nunez fight to the White House. I could see them pushing that to that card. Sadly. I don't know, though. Kayla Harrison, she might be out for a year. I don't know, though, to be fair. She might be out for a long time. So I could be wrong, actually. I think Ilia Gaethje makes sense as the main event because you have an American interim champion, and you obviously have Ilia, who's a massive star. What other big fights could you put on there? I low-key thought they were going to save Joe Pyfer Adesanya, which is obviously a fight night main event, which we could look at some of the upcoming cards in a second, but I thought they were going to save that for the White House. That was what I told No Bromo, I think, in one of our collabs. That was one of the fights I thought would happen, which I was right about the fight, being made, but not the when it was being made, I guess. Well, actually, no, I think I said it was going to be on the Paramount debut. Now that I'm thinking about it. Anyways, I'm just yapping. The Hamzat fall was predicted. Dude doesn't fight. Yeah, it's not the most shocking, right? It's really not the most shocking when you think about it, I guess. I mean, obviously, before the Dricus fight, he wasn't really the most consistent. Let me make sure my ads are low, by the way. Let me just make sure my ads are low. Because I don't want to steal. It's low, okay. You gotta have something. You gotta have some ads on, just a little bit. Just a little bit of ads, Also, are we at 6K subs? We are almost at 6K subs. Let's see. We are 1 sub away, which is really funny. We are literally 1 sub away from 6K, so let's get to 6K in this stream somehow. I don't know. Also, I just showed this screen, but it doesn't like leak anything. It just shows like nothing. Anyways. Fuck. Sorry. I zoned out for a second. The Hamza went from MMA's Mike Tyson to inactive. It sucks, bro. A lot of these guys, we gotta stop hyping up fighters, bro. We gotta stop, bro. Tom Aspinall. No, I'm kidding. I miss Tom Aspinall, dude. But I low-key, I don't want to be negative. I have a bad feeling Tom's never gonna fight again. I don't know, bro. It's just like, this is taking much longer than I think any of us thought it would. I think a lot of people just thought, oh, eye poke, fake. But it's just like, damn, bro. Like, he's been gone. DDP and JDM fights has such insane generational hype. Kind of crazy, bro. Like, when you really do think about it, it is kind of absurd how much. You know what, bro? Like, those fights were probably the most hyped up fights of last year, and they ended up being the worst. Isn't that weird how the sport works, chat? Like, think about it. Dricus du Plessis, Hamzat Chimaev, one of the most hyped up fights, one of the most hyped. How do I speak? One of the fights I was the most hyped for it. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but you know what I'm trying to say. And for it to be that much of a stinker, it's just like, how weird is this sport? But yet JDM Bilal, that's a banger. JDM Bilal was a banger. Diego Volk 1 was a banger. Crazy, bro. It's funny though. Can he just defend his title? I know. What's up, Gavin? I already said that. What's up, brother? Alex Pereira versus Arthur Morgan. Who you got? Hey, man, Arthur Morgan seems to have a good chin, man, when he's not drunk. I'm gonna probably lean toward. You know what, dude? What if? Dude, Arthur Morgan does seem to have a good chin, though. Low key, and I'm thinking about it. I might lean Pereira, bro, but it's not as easy as you guys might think. Plus, Morgan's a bit of a heavyweight. Well earned. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I bought a. What's up, Spiff, my guy? I bought a pack of UFC cards and got a signed card by Esteban Ribovic. Nice. Future champ. Future champ. No, honestly, that's really sick. He's awesome. Got a signed card by Ribovic. That's sick. Tom got rich. Yeah. And a 120 Poetan card. Ooh, Poetan as well. Damn, you got an Alex Pereira card and a freaking Esteban Ribovic. That's nice. Dude, Ribovic is fighting Moicano, apparently. Well, that's what I saw last. Apparently, he's fighting Moicano on the Holloway card. Which is, I mean, Moicano is... Hey, shouts to Ribovic. That's our guy, but Moicano, you're... Honestly, just close heavyweight at this point. Dude, like, I don't even, like... I just don't get it, bro. Heavyweight, light heavyweight... just, I don't know, bro. It's just middleweight. No, middleweight's okay. Hello, Soy. What's up, Samuel Perez? What's up, brother? Off of a $3 pack. That's pretty sick. Half the heavyweight division could cut down to 205 after heavyweight is closed anyways. Honestly, yeah. A lot of, bro, half of the heavyweight division could go to freaking middleweight. Let's be honest, bro. That's dope. What's up? My bro called Esteban. Who should we bet our houses on tomorrow? Hey, by the way, for those of you that are there, I'm glad we got a few of you boys here. I will be live tomorrow for the Apex card. I know it's an Apex card, but I think you guys are probably going to watch because it's actually a really, really good card. I even saw Bedtime did a video on it, which I watched earlier. Who should we bet our houses on? I'm going to lean towards... Well, obviously Horiguchi, right? I think Horiguchi's the safest person to bet your house on. But then it's like, hey, man, that Vinicius Oliveira pick, heavyweight is cooked. They offered a K1 champ 10-10. Like, what the? Oh, are you talking about? Who are you talking about? Are you talking about what's his name? Rico? Was it Rico that they offered him? I saw apparently they offered him to go to the UFC, and he said, "Nah, I'm gonna do boxing." He was like, "Nah, I'm good." Wait, let me actually let's pull up the card right now. One sec. Let me pull up the Apex card since we're kind of talking about it. Heavyweight's dog shit. I'm banking on Ribovic gets high in the rankings or more famous. Yeah, honestly, I think that's a great card to have because I do think Ribovic is going to have a great career. Hopefully, at least. Hopefully, I don't jinx it. Holy shit, this is so bright. Guess I'm just a little. Oh shoot, man. Hey man. All right, we could yap about this card a bit. Damn, Oliveira's got what the hell? Why does Vinicius Oliveira have, or is it blonde? I thought he had like a white beard. It's just blonde, I think. Okay, let me read the chat first. Let me scroll up. We actually got a good amount of you guys here. Wow, I'm surprised. Damn, I was low-key soying out at the beginning, like, damn, nobody's here. What the fuck? If you guys rewind the stream, don't rewind it. But I was kind of soying out. I was kind of sad. I was like, damn, bro. But I appreciate you guys actually spending your, I guess it's Friday or Saturday morning. I don't know. Who knows what time zones nowadays. How is Max versus Charles gonna end, you think? I don't know, bro. I for some reason really trust Max Holloway, and I don't know why. It's kind of killing me, because I feel like Charles low-key does make more sense. But then it's one of those fights where it's like Max wins, and you're like, of course he wins. Of course Max won. Of course Max KO'd Oliveira, or of course Max destroyed him on the feet. And then if Charles just submits Max, you're like, oh, of course he submitted him. It's one of those, I'm going to lean towards Max, dude. I don't fucking know. I'm going to lean towards him. Max parading around his fake ass belt is embarrassing. I don't love the BMF title. 4 dudes missed weight. You know what? Speaking of the BMF title, I could see the winner of this fighting on the White House. The winner of Max Oliveira. I saw a few guys missed weight, yeah. You should collab with Wyatt. The name sounds familiar. Kyoji, I don't know who he is, but I think he sounds familiar. Is it just Wyatt MMA? Kyoji and Danny are the locks. Agreed. It's Gooch, the big Gooch. Not betting on fights is by far the smartest. Yeah. I mean, I've never bet in my life, but I do like putting the title as Glory, not K1. Oh, okay. Artem Vadakov. Yeah, Artem Vadakov's another one. Yeah. I remember him. Yeah, Artem Vadakov. 10 p.m. for me? Okay, that's not too bad. It's 3 a.m. for me. Yep, and Gone by Tard. 9 p.m. Saturday night here in New Zealand. Nice. Shout out New Zealand. 12 a.m. Woo. I'm listening while at work. Nice. Also got to remember to sub for... Oh, yeah, guys, if you guys aren't subbed, if you guys are not subscribed, I'm assuming most of you guys are, but we are literally 1 subscriber away. We actually just lost a sub. Wow. Which one of you guys did that? Which one of you fucks did that? We just lost the sub, but we are 2 subs now away from 6K. So, come on, guys. Come on, guys. Come on, chat. Tell your friends about me. Tell them I'm racist. I'm joking. I love all people. Sometimes. Shout out to all you boys. 10 p.m. in Hawaii. Past 12 over here. It's not too bad. Could see that for the White House. Yeah, I could see Benoit versus I could see Benoit getting the next I don't know, maybe they do Benoit Armand though. What do you guys think? They have the thing is with the White House, I just screamed, sorry. They have a lot of options, bro. Cuz you could do Benoit versus Armand, you could do Armand versus so and so. You could just put Armand on the White House against a can. It would be fun in my opinion. I don't know. 10 p.m. in Hawaii, past 12 over here. Fight Society. I know Fight Society. Fight Society. Oh, is Fight Society the guy that just collabed with Bromo? I know Fight Society. I've seen some of his stuff. Well, I'll be honest, I haven't seen some of his stuff, but I've seen his channel. Like, I've seen him. Like, I know who he is, if that makes sense. Who should winner of Max and Charles fight? Benoit Saint-Denis, probably. It's tough, though, because you could arguably give the winner a title shot. If Max wins, he deserves a title shot over any of these guys, except probably Armin, I guess. We are part of the Gucci gang. Gucci gang is funny. Did Ilia Glazer change his name? Nah, I think it just says Glazer because I think YouTube for some reason are just really retarded, and so instead of putting your display name, they put your actual at, right? So they're just dumb. Like if I typed in chat, it would just say BXG MMA rather than BXG space MMA, if that makes any sense, right? So it's just YouTube changing things for no reason. But anyways, I love YouTube, of course. Don't delete me off this platform. I like, I like this. That's just YouTube and it's shitty action. Yeah, it's just YouTube being retarded. Yeah, he's down for collabs. I could collab with him. I'm not, I'll be honest, like this, maybe I'm just antisocial. I'm not like big on the idea of collabs. Like I'm not saying I'm opposed to it. If it's no bromo, I'll do it in a heartbeat. I'm always down to collab with my guy, but you know, I don't know. I'm not massive on collabs. Maybe that's just me though. I gotta put myself out there more. I don't know. I'm guru maxing with that one, right? Fight Society's okay. Fight Society's actually good. Armin versus Max at the White House. Armin versus Max would be really sick. That's a dream fight, bro. All right, let's actually look at this card for tomorrow. Let's see what we're in for. Mario Batista, Vinicius Oliveira, Amir Albazi, Horiguchi. That's obviously going to be great. So I got Vinicius in this one, but I know a lot of people are picking Mario. Amir Albazi, Horiguchi. I think that's going to be good. No, who am I kidding? Horiguchi's going to put him in a body bag, bro. What are we talking about? Jelton Almeida, Rizvan Kuniev. I don't know if I could see this being good at all, but why do I look? I picked Rizvan Kuniev. I actually did put a prediction video out, but it's on, for the members. For those of you that want to be members, it is for the members. I did already predict this card, but I did pick Rizvan Kuniev. Yeah, Broma did a collab with him. Yeah, very similar attitudes. You should grow your channel more first before collabing. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking as well, because I'm such a small channel. Even still, that it's just kind of like I'm cool just like growing it a little bit more first, and then we'll see. But anyways, Danny and Gucci. What else we got? We got Jelton Almeida Kuniev. This could be terroristic. Oleg Sachuk, Marc-Andre Barrios. This is gonna be a KO. I'm feeling a Mikhail Oleg Sachuk KO win. Personally. Gene Matsumoto, Farad Basharat. Right? I'm on that one. I think, who did I pick? Basharat? I don't know. Dustin Jacoby. Actually, I could see a Jacoby KO or even a Julius Walker KO in this one, but I got Jacoby in that one. Morono, Daniel Donchenko. I think Daniel's got this one in the bag. He's a lock for sure. Easy lock, bro. What are we talking about? Nico Price is probably going to lose. Bruna Brazil, shout out to her. Versus Ketlin Souza, shout out to her as well. We don't care. Javid Basharat versus Gianni Vasquez. So this guy's making his debut, apparently, this Gianni Vasquez, right? Oh, no, he's third. No. This is... Wait, what fight am I thinking of? I swear there was someone that pulled out, and I think it is this guy, right? I'm pretty sure it's this guy. He's making his debut, right? Or I'm tripping. Apparently, he's pretty solid. I commented on that, members. Yeah, I saw your comment. Granted, I didn't watch it. It's all good. Love is love, man. Well, not in a gay way. Just wait for the next Joshua Van fight. Dude, I don't even like... Yeah, I'm scared, bro. I'm really scared. It's interesting. It didn't just happen on my channel, though, because I remember, like, I remember looking at other people that were streaming that card. I forgot what pay-per-view it was. And I saw people had like 500,000 likes. Or, sorry, 500,000 views. 600,000 views. I saw someone with like 1 million views. So they must have been in those guys' chats too. But why my stream is why I'm kind of confused. Do I just look like I'm from Myanmar? I don't know. Vasquez was a 4 pounds over limit, but it's still on. Oh, Vasquez. Okay, I was wrong then. I thought someone pulled out, and then like someone stepped in. Was it Gafarov that pulled out? Some one of these freaking Dagestanis pulled out or something. It was no, it was no, it was no wait, it was Vasquez, right? I'm so confused. I swear it was like Saeed Nurmagomedov versus a Dagestani or like a Muslim guy, and then one of them pulled. Saeed pulled out. I'm losing my mind. Crazy ass fan base. I know. BXG would have 10K subs, but only have two. Yeah, you know what? That's the one thing I'll say is like, it's like cool like seeing the number like, if I were to do, let's say, a stream, and let's say Joshua Van was fighting tomorrow and I hit like 10K subs, like it's cool to see the number, but at the end of the day, like none of them are gonna watch, right? They're not in this stream right now, right? Like I have 6K subs. A lot of those guys are from the Joshua Van streams. They're not here. They're not watching this stream. So it's kind of like it's cool to have the number, but also at the same time it's like they're not really frequent, But it is what it is, I'm still building a good community and an audience with or without the Myanmar fans. Vasquez stepped up, but he took it on short notice. Oh, okay. Thank you, Spiff. That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. So he was okay. That makes sense, and that's fair as well. Probably hella bad for the algorithms to have 10K subs with low viewers. Yeah, probably. Um, but I try not to think about like algorithm and will this get in the algorithm, and I know like a lot of I remember like I saw MMA Guru say like his chat was like, can you do a tier list or something, or it was some kind of video. He was like, that wouldn't even get in the algorithm. Like I don't really think personally like that, because I think it's just like if the video is good, it's good. Even if it gets 500 views, it's like as long as I liked it, as long as I appreciated the time I put into it, as long as I had fun doing it, I think, good work is good work. But that's just my kind of view on YouTube a little bit. I don't really, sometimes I'm like, okay, you know what? This Andrew Tate video might get some views. Sometimes I'll think like that. I mean, I'm not going to lie, or John Jones videos typically get views. But at the same time, I mean, it's like, it's not always about views. Keep it up, bro. Your videos are entertaining. You can run a poll on topics for future vids. Yeah, what do you actually, now that we're live, before we can kind of get out of here, to be fair, you can really do whatever you want unless it's your main income for money. Yeah, it's true. That's true. That's true, right? Because I guess, for guys like Guru and like Bedtime, they do have to worry about the algorithm, because that is literally, this is their main job. I guess that is a good point, right? But it's true. Crazy take, but I think Priscilla's actually... Yeah, I was going to say, let me know in the chat right now what kind of videos... I remember somebody said they want a race tier list. I'll do that. I'll do a race tier list. Maybe I'll record it tomorrow before the stream. I think that would be pretty funny and kind of crazy, but I'll title it something like, this tier list will get me banned on MMA YouTube or some shit. I'll title it something funny. I'll try to make it fun. Priscilla? Who's Priscilla? Who are you talking about? Sorry. Who the hell is Priscilla? Oh, this girl? Priscilla, this Kakora? She's pretty good, isn't she, right? Like, she kind of looks like Jake Gyllenhaal. I don't mean to, like, what she does. It's just... I mean, to be fair, KO, submission. She's either getting submitted or she's submitting. Or she's getting finished or she's finishing. Damn, bro. She's, like... Finished De Silva, got submitted by Maverick, got submitted by Jesuda Vicious, KO'd this young man. Look at this young man, right? All right, that's kind of mean, but yo, you can't, bro. After the freaking Imani Caliph, whatever her name is, or his name, whatever that thing is, whatever that situation was. After that whole situation, bro, I'm not trusting none of these women's fighters, bro. I'm sorry. You can't convince me. You can't convince me this ain't Juan from freaking San Juan, Puerto Rico, or freaking Juan from Cuba. Come on, bro. This is Juan from Cuba, not Josie Ann Nunez. Come on, bro. Uh, nah, that's so mean. I'm sorry. She might be actually like a really sweet person. Fuck. I kind of feel bad. See, I'm not built for this. I don't know how Guru does it. Nah, I'm kidding. Damn my nose. She either gets KO'd or gets one. Yeah, she's really good to be fair. Guru is grinding like you, live streaming at night. Yeah, I gotta stream more to be honest with you. I gotta stream a bit more. Um, but I'm trying. I'm here. I'm here now. I'll stream tomorrow. And hey, it always gets in your consistent viewers algorithm anyways. Yeah. Actual list of what ifs in the UFC. That's not a bad. I'll type that. I'll type that down. Like, cause you know what? Then you mentioned Habib. It's actually kind of a solid point. Like, what if Habib kind of stood around and let me UFC what ifs. I've never really done a video like that ever. I don't think. UFC what ifs, or like I could even include fights. Like, what if this fight happened, or that could be interesting. I have, dude. The problem with me though is like I have an entire like notes app full of just video ideas that a lot of them aren't good. So there's a reason I haven't done most of them, but some of them are like, damn, I could actually, like, I've scrapped a lot of videos to be honest. Not a lot, but at least like 10 over a year. Since I've been doing this for a year plus, I've probably scrapped like 10 videos, I think. But there's a reason I scrapped them. They're shit. Like, most of them are shit. Like, there was one, it was like, it was a tier list. It was just boring, I thought. It was a boring video. Brother, I thought that was an edit. Shaftcat would probably become a new what if. Shaftcat's as well as another one, actually. Still waiting on that rant on certain commentators. May as well include Sanko for making every Wayne sexual, especially since I could do that. UFC commentator rant. I could do like a. You know what? Actually, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea because I could like jazz that up with like a lot of editing and stuff. What if Conor never boxed Mayweather? That's a good what if actually. What if Conor never boxed Mayweather? Yeah, that's a good point. I just burped. What if he never boxed Mayweather? I mean, honestly, I don't know. He would have faced Habib sooner, right? He would have probably faced Habib sooner. I think he would have beat the version of Habib that fought like Ally Quinta, which is what a lot of people do say. It's not really like a new take, but I think a lot of people do agree. Like, if Conor would have fought Habib a bit earlier, he would have probably beat him, to be honest with you. But obviously Habib improved. And also that wasn't really the same Conor that was fully in the game. He just boxed. He just made a bunch of millions. He kind of just returned. He wasn't, only commentators I like are the side ones. I like Sanko, Felder. Felder's my favorite. And I like Sanko as well, actually. You know what? Low key, yeah, I like the side ones as well. That's a great point, Spiff. Dude, this bottle is like, you guys can tell I'm weak. Only commentators I like are the side ones. Yeah, honestly, Felder's my favorite. He doesn't get too shenanigan-y. I feel like you just said the N word. I can't say that. I feel like he doesn't get too like into the shenanigans of like the way Cormier does, the way like Rogan does, where they're basically having like a little podcast on the side. Like, he doesn't do that. He kind of just like he's straightforward, I fuck with him. And Senko's legitimately improved. Like, she's not amazing at commentary, don't get me wrong, but she's legitimately gotten better as a commentator. Gooden is pretty good. He's pretty solid. And who else? I mean, Bisping's all right. I don't. I think Bisping is better than DC and Joe. I'll say that. That's me personally, though. It still doesn't mean he's great because he has a lot of bad moments. Like, that's like saying, he's the nicest guy in prison. It's like, that's not saying much, but he is better than the big three, I think. Or, maybe Anik is better. Dana wouldn't have tasted that boxing money. No Zuffa boxing. True. True. Yeah, what do you guys think about Zuffa? Zuffa's going to flop, bro. Zuffa is going to be a flop. Like, Zuffa boxing is going to be such a flop. It's not even funny, bro. Like, it's just not even funny. Let me see. Connor also had a more squared stance and not yeah, exactly. Like, his style changed a lot, bro. Let me pull up the Zuffa box. Dude, Zuffa looks so shit. I haven't watched any. It looks awful, right? I know I'm not tripping. Yeah, here's here, I got a good image right here, actually. Shout out to whoever this guy is. I just leaked my tabs, guys. It's literally Twitter, UFC, and my YouTube channel. Yeah, look at this. This looks like literally pandemic boxing. This looks awful. Yeah, Connor's stance was different. I really do think Connor would have beat Khabib. Paul Felder's the GOAT for sure. I fuck with Paul. What if Power Slap wasn't larger than the NFL? what if Power Slap wasn't the greatest thing in the world? I know, right? Paul Felder's actually fun to listen to. I really like Paul Felder, man. And he seems like a good guy. Like, he seems like he was a great fighter in his prime. Even out of his prime, he was fun. I think his last fight was with, what, RDA? Wasn't that like a war? I don't remember, but I'm a casual. Can other people get a chance at work, or does DC get every role? He just eats up every role. No, honestly, bro, like, it's just, I'm honestly, I get DC's a name. Like, DC in some extent is a bit of a draw. Like, I'm not saying people are tuning in to watch or to hear DC's commentary, but there are probably legit DC fans out there that are like, yo, DC's on commentary. Like, you know what I mean? And I fuck with DC as a fighter, but as an analyst and a commentator, he's god awful. He's just not good. And we need to, like, why not give Dustin Poirier a shot at commentary for a night, for like an Apex card? Why not say, hey, see, I think that could be like a fun thing. Imagine if the UFC every Apex card, just for the Apex. You don't have to do it for like big fight nights, but just for the Apex. What if the UFC just brought in one random fighter to do commentary? Like, what if you had Sanko, Felder, and Volkanovski this Saturday? Imagine that, randomly. Or what if next Saturday for the Apex card, whatever that card is, you had, Bisping, let's say Sanko, and you had, I don't know, Bisping, Sanko, and Poirier. Like, it would be something cool, just bring in a fighter, throw him on commentary. I get it. It's easier said than done, but hey, man, it's the Apex. No one's watching anyways. Who gives a fuck? You might as well try things. Zuffa boxing, yeah. Damn, why do I have this on screen? Yeah, look at Zuffa boxing, guys. This shit looks like they're wearing like just plain gear. They're literally forced to wear black or white. Stupid. Like, that just takes away the fun of, like, one thing you can't say about boxing. We spoke about this, I think, in my last stream, right? But one thing you can't say about boxing clears when it comes to, like, the showmanship, the cool shorts, and the dazzled up shorts and shit. Let me see if I could pull up, like, an image of, like, a fighter's shorts. Let me see, like, boxing. Let me see. Like, I just think boxing it's so, like, glamored up with, like, some of these guys have, like, cheetah print shorts on and, like, golden gloves and shit on their hands. It's like, for them to just wear black and white is crazy, bro. Zufa kind of depends on Jai Opataya. Opataya is amazing. I don't know how they freaking landed that, bro. I don't know how the freak they got Jai Opataya. He's a monster. I mean, okay, I found one that I can kind of use as an example, right? Like look at here, like Tank Davis, he's got the Mexican shorts on because his opponent was a Mexican, right? So he's kind of like mocking him almost, right? Which is a little story in itself because I remember he came out with like the sombrero and stuff, which whatever, you know, he's racist, but it's fine. And then obviously you got, his opponent here, I forgot his name, low key, Leo Santa Cruz, I think. He's got like the golden and stuff. Like it's just I don't know. I think this guy's got like a cool gear. But anyways, this is some random like edit. But anyways, you get my point. Uh, Pretty sure Felder took the RDA fight on 5 days' notice. Yeah, he did take it on. Yeah, I remember, and he made weight for it. I'm pretty sure, which is crazy. He made 155, I think, as well. Volk seems a little too big famous to be commentating a fight night out of Australia. Maybe somebody around the top 8. Yeah, Volk was not the best example, but like a name like somebody like a Moicano. I don't know. His English ain't the best though. Look, Moicano on commentary might be funny, but it might be a bit insufferable after like 5 hours. Maybe it doesn't. He doesn't have to be there for the whole freaking fight though. Maybe it could just be for the main event. Imagine Topuria versus Sarukian in Miami before the White House. I'd love that. It's not happening, but I'd love it. What do you so is there any word on let me see. Is there any word on like what's the Miami card going to look like at all? What's going on with that? Like do we have anything? Let me see. UFC cuz that's coming up soon, right? Is it going to be what Alex Pereira you guys think what? Uh Cuz they're going to Miami soon, real soon, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I just saw something. Is this? I don't know who's like reporting this. Yuri Prohaska versus Carlos Ulberg is planned to be signed for UFC 327 in Miami. Ooh, I hope this is true. Yuri might actually be the freaking champ. Hey, this is a good fight, but also like easy money for Yuri, right? Like I don't mean to jinx it. I don't think I am jinxing it by saying easy money for Yuri, bro. Easy money. Like what are we talking about, chat? Honestly, I don't like it. Yeah, me neither. Yeah, I don't know how they got him. We need Ilia on White House. We can't risk him fighting. Yeah, realistically, they're just gonna save him for June. I don't. Yeah, like I agree with Ilia Glazer. I don't really care where he could fight tomorrow. I just want to see Ilia fight. I miss him, bro. I really hope he gets like two. I was gonna say three, but that's pushing it. I hope he gets at least 2 fights in this year, bro. I What a burp. I hope we get Ilia at the White House and then Ilia in December at the very least, bro. Please. This is how to feel to be on top. Bisping, Anik, Rogan, and DC are just yes men. Don't nut hug a fighter even if they're clearly getting schooled. They're just so bad, bro. Like Rogan and DC is just like I can't like believe. I don't know, bro. I don't think anything will change unless like these guys. And obviously, it's going to be sad when these guys get old, but the only way the UFC, like the only way guys like Rogan and Dana are leaving is when they just get old. Like that's just what it is, sadly. And again, I don't like, it's sad to think about, but like it is the truth. Like I don't see Rogan leaving anytime soon. I don't see Dana leaving anytime soon. He just re-signed for like 5 years, I think, or 7 years, I think. These guys, like, they obviously, it's just whatever. They're not, these boomers ain't freaking leaving, bro. Usman and Whitaker would be good commentator. Whitaker's a good name. I think Usman would be really solid too. Usman could be a good commentator. Whitaker's a really good shout, and I know he's kind of done a bit of it. JP Morgan and Was will be there. They're brilliant. What's JP Morgan Was? Should I Google that? JP Morgan Was. Am I a casual? I don't know what that is. What the fuck is... What did I just search up? What the fuck? The first thing that comes up when I search up JP Morgan Was is Goyam Epstein, factually.co. What the fuck did this guy just send me on? JP Morgan. The phrase Goyam in abundance appears in newly publicized emails between Jeffrey Epstein and entertainment publicist Peggy Siegel. What did you just send me on? What kind of rabbit hole did you just send me? Anyways, I am not. Let me just close that tab. And anyways, my trip to Tel Aviv will be soon, sadly. It seems like. I'm joking. Olberg hits hard. Yuri does eat a lot of punches. Yeah, I'm worried. I'm always worried for Yuri, man. I am always worried for Yuri. It's natural. Oh, just hit my mic. Fuck. Sorry. Fuck. I didn't want to cough in the mic and then I ended up punching it anyways. People forget, man. Joe Rogan thought Izzy was beating Blachowicz. Oh my gosh. That was one of Guru's best videos when he crapped on. Dude, I love MMA Guru. He's on. I was actually watching half of his Bryce Mitchell video. It was really good. I didn't finish it though. But bro, prime MMA Guru is when he's crapping on Joe Rogan back in the day for glazing Adesanya. That's prime Guru, bro. Or when he's crapping on like the CEO of EPO. Welcome to the new Meta Apex. What's up, Deadly Farts? What's up, my guy? People forget, man. Joe Rogan. Yeah, Joe Rogan's retarded. Even Anik has to mention Polymarket. Is Polymarket like? Do they just like? What's with this Polymarket thing? Also, I'm seeing this other one, Kalshi. Like, we need protest commentating, blowing smoke on Rogan and DC when they say something stupid. Yeah, that'd be funny. Yeah, yeah, we need somebody who could actually like threaten to knock these guys out. I'm joking. I have a hot take. Shafkat was never that good. I like that take. Oh, by the way, boys, what do you guys think? Should I do another hot takes video? I think I should do that soon, right? Maybe next week or something. Next week, 2 weeks. Because there's not going to be a pay-per-view for a little bit. So I think another hot takes video or something would be good. That's a good hot take. Shafkat was never that good. You know what, bro? There's a fucking booger in my nose. You know what, bro? I don't even... He's obviously not bad. But, like, when you really think about it, bro, war with Jeff Neal up until the finish. The Ian Gary fight, not the best look. I know Ian Gary's elite, though, but it's just like... Wonder Boy, he kind of drew that one a bit too long. I don't know. That Wonder Boy finish took a bit too long, bro. I'm kind of thinking about it. It's not really an awful take at all, bro. I feel like people... I'm not saying he's like... I don't know, bro. I think he would have lost to Islam. Or Hamza if they would have fought somehow. I feel like people complain too much about the ads. But we're getting pay-per-views and all the cards for less than $15 a month. They need money too. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Right? Because it's like... I think the ads... The one thing I'll say, I don't really like the ads during the walkouts. That's one thing I'll say. I wish they could somehow work around that. But like the corner, I don't really need to hear the corner men. But at least for the walkouts, I would like to see the walkouts. But I do agree. Like I don't think the amount of ads is what it is, right? It's just, like you said, they got to make their money too. And I mean, look who owns the UFC. I'm joking. I understand why they have so much ads. What's up, Con Habs? What's up, brother? People forget, man. Volk Lopez too was a brutal war. Volk's a fucking marauder. I miss Volk already. I agree that Shaft wasn't that good. Yeah, I don't think it's that bad of a take at all. I really don't think it's a bad take. It's a solid take. Vid idea. Finally debunking Habib's resume. A heavy wrestler beating strikers. Ah. You know what, actually? I haven't. You know what's crazy? I haven't done a video on Habib's resume. You know what? That actually. Let me just write that down. I screenshotted it, but let me actually like write it down so it will be like I'll like really remember it. Habib resume. Cause you know what? That's actually not a bad idea, and I know it's a bit outdated, right? Cause like everyone kind of knows like Habib doesn't have the best resume, but I think I've never done a video on like Habib's like old fights, like the Eagle FC, not the Eagle FC, the wasn't it Eagle FC? What was like the promotion that like his dad owned or something? And it was like 1 round fights and shit, and they were like rigged. Like I could do a video on that, like looking back at like his entire resume, just going fight by fight, because he hasn't had that many fights. It's only been like 29 fights. It's not that much. That'd be a good video. Also got a title shot off a 13 ranked ally, Quinta True. Yeah, he has a 2 round fight on it. Yeah, honestly, I think I could do that as a video. I think that would be a really good video. Terrible early career and only good wins were in his last 4. Also debatable Rob. Yeah, with Gleason Tebow, right? He probably should have lost that. Habib has a padded fake resume full of random dudes they pulled off the street, literally. If you bite down on your teeth to take 16 consecutive oblique kicks just so you can drag yourself to a decision win, then you weren't good enough to get the title shot with the coherent knee. I don't really disagree. I think you guys are kind of cooking Shafkat, and I don't really disagree with the cooking, bro. Like, again, I don't think Shafkat's like he's definitely not ass. He's definitely not bad. He's definitely not whatever, but like slightly overrated. I think, yeah, for sure. I think he's a bit overrated in terms of when he fought high level competition. He didn't make it look easy, which I know it's not fair to say. Like no one really makes these guys look easy, but people are like, look, Shafkat's like a god amongst men. He's the god of welterweight. He's a future monster. Like you know what I mean? It's just kind of like the glaze that he kind of received. It was like, and I was one of the Shafkat glazers too. Shafkat was like. Before I started my channel, I love Shafkat, dude. Like, Shafkat was the guy. I wanted to see Shafkat versus Hamzat so much. That's a bit of a casual type of fight, but that's a fight I really, really wanted. BJJ is soy. I agree. Now, if you practice BJJ, it's cool, but it's not really. I've never done it. I've done judo, but BJJs, I don't think I'll like it if I tried it. Wasn't a team going to go investigate in Dagestan? I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. 2 round fights on his official record. I know, bro. Shit is a joke. I'm going to look out for Habib video. Habib video coming soon. Habib expose coming soon. Again, I know it's kind of been done like by everybody, but fuck it, dude. It's never been done by me, so. Again, we are 2 subs away, by the way, from 6K. I don't think we're gonna hit it tonight, but it's cool. Maybe I'll wake up. One sec, chat. Shit is a joke. Do you think there's a part of Aspinall that quit? That's actually a good question. Now that I've kind of given it time to think about it, right? After like a few months. Do I think there's a part of Aspinall that quit? That's tough. You know what? I can't say yes. I can't say yes because at the end of the day, like he is getting surgery on the eye. He does have Brown syndrome. The medical reports are real. I don't think he would fake medical reports, right? So it's tough for me to say. It's tough for me to say that, I think he could have continued on. I don't think it would have been smart, but I think he could have continued on. Is there a part of him that doesn't have that in him where he can grit down and go forward with one eye and still fight? Sure, you could say that. Um, but obviously the eye pokes, like you said, Patty's look much worse. But to be fair, Tom has shown like he is getting surgery on it and stuff. Like, unless he's lying about that, then that would be shocking to me if he was lying about getting surgery on his eye. And apparently, he's already actually had surgery. By the way, he's getting another surgery done, is what I heard. So, do I think Aspinall will fight again? I said earlier in the stream, I low-key don't think he is. I have a sad feeling that Tom might be done. I'm feeling a Cirugan Alex Pereira fight. I'm feeling a Cirugan Alex Pereira fight real soon. Announcement real soon. Because Yuri Oldberg looks like it's happening. So I'm feeling that Alex Pereira heavyweight move soon. Maybe for an interim title, though. Maybe it won't be for the undisputed. Maybe they'll give Tom that kind of grace. Tom did quit. He was justified in doing so because he was fouled, but he said no mas, that's quitting. I think it's fair. I think it's fair. Exactly. I think he could have, but I think the pressure of that loss is not worth the risk. Yeah. I do think he could have continued. I think maybe by definition, yes, he quit. Um, I do think he could have continued, but you know, it's just it is what it is. Hard to judge pokes. We only see superficial damage. Yeah, yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking. It's like I know Patty's did look much worse, but it's weird. The eye is a weird thing, I guess. Do a video on Rogan's blade mental decline and low IQ commentary. I could do that. I've done so many Rogan videos. I've done so many Rogan videos, to be fair, but I'll do another one gladly. Um, Low IQ commentary. Blatant. Well, the commentary one, what I could do, I'll probably do a separate video. Like I forgot who said it earlier, but I wrote it down on just commentators in general. Like I'll do that as like a rant type video. And I'll obviously include Rogan in that one as the biggest freaking perpetrator. A video on his mental decline is interesting because I do think he's legit had a mental decline. That could be an interesting video though, for sure. Brown syndrome. Yeah, but what time is it? It's a bit late here. I'm gonna get out of here. This was a great stream, I thought. We've been live for about, what does it say? 1 hour and a half, which is pretty good. It's a pretty good time. This was a good stream. I thought we talked about some cool stuff. It was fun. My fucking voice is a bit shot now, and I'm also gonna go to sleep. Yeah, Rogan needs to go, just like I'm gonna go. If you guys like my live streams, I will be live tomorrow, obviously on the same channel. No shit, for UFC Vegas 113 or something. So if you guys want to watch that with me tomorrow night, I will be here. Yeah, more videos coming soon. I'm always working on videos. I'm always thinking of videos. If I'm not posting videos, I'm thinking of videos. And if I'm not thinking of videos, I'm posting videos. So I'm always working on this channel. Love you guys. God bless you guys. Have a good weekend. Thank you. You too. Stay safe out there. Thank you, IPS, as well. Hey, BX, love you and your channel. Love you too, brother. God bless you, man. Thank you. See ya.